I can get lost for hours in looking at Wikipedia. Who sang that old song that I liked so much? Whatever happened to that old actor I used to like watching? But as presenters, one of the things that I would say to you is, you are not a Wikipedia page. The problem is that Wikipedia is great at doing the who, what, when, where, why, but your job as a presenter is to give shape and meaning to all of those facts, not just give facts. I want to give you two examples that have come up in our trainings to point out to you why giving a cascade of facts doesn't always mean what you think it does and doesn't always work until you put the context around it. The first example comes from a publishing company we work with. I'm going to make up the year, but when I worked with this client, every single trainee came up and said something along these lines. We were founded in 1846. And they were so proud of that fact because it means that they've been around for a long time. But as I heard that, what I took away from it is, you guys are old, you're antiquated, you're outdated, you haven't kept up with the times. And when we had that conversation, they had some very interesting feedback about how they were able to survive for this amount of time. So when the next presenter came up, she said, our company was founded in 1846, and there have been 4 big technological shifts in our industry since then, and we are right on the cusp of another one now. And the reason we've been able to survive so long is because we've always been ahead of those shifts, and we're ahead of it yet again. That makes 1846 sound very different than it did when somebody just stood up and said, we were founded in 1846. So that's what I mean. The Wikipedia page doesn't work. Your job is to give shape and context. I'll give you one other example. One of our clients put up a chart. They were talking about per capita education spending by state. And they had all 50 states on a PowerPoint chart, plus DC. It was organized by the states that spent the most money per student to the ones that were spending the least per student. And as this presenter put up the chart, the number 1 state for spending was, well, Washington, DC. And the state that spent the least per capita was Idaho. And this presenter meant to send a very specific message. Washington, DC is spending too much on education. But he never said that. And as I looked at the chart, I interpreted those numbers very differently. What I wondered about was, okay, if DC wasn't spending that much, would the education outcomes be worse? Is Idaho underspending per capita? The meaning he as a presenter intended by presenting that fact didn't match the interpretation I took as somebody in his audience. So when you are about to present, look through your entire presentation, look for any moments in the presentation during which you'll be giving the audience a set of facts, and ask yourself, does that fact stand on its own, or am I being a Wikipedia page? And if you're being a Wikipedia page, think context and meaning and shape, and add that to the facts instead of relying on the number or the data alone.